Hello and welcome. My name is Elizabeth Wild. I am a certified life coach and registered clinical hypnotherapist. My mission in life is to help you discover and fulfill your mission in life through peaceful sleep therapy. For more information, please visit my website at mindpowerspa.com. If you enjoy this content, please subscribe to my channel and leave a comment below. I personally do my best to respond to each comment and question. Before we begin, please remember, never listen while driving or operating heavy machinery. Please read the full disclaimer provided below. This recording is not intended to replace medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment from a licensed healthcare professional. Also, keep in mind that it takes approximately 28 days to make or break a habit. For the best results, listen consistently each night for 28 days straight. If you miss a day, simply begin the 28-day process again. This repetition helps train your mind to fully absorb and reinforce the positive suggestions. Thank you for being here. It's important that you find a quiet place to lie down and relax. Now, let's get started.
Now we're going to focus on relaxing. Let's start with our breathing. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Hold it and let it go through your mouth. Take a deep breath in. Hold it and let it out through your mouth. Oh, you're doing wonderful. Let's do that one more time. Deep breath in. Hold it and let it out. Now let's focus on the top of your head. Relax everything on the top of your head. Relax your ears. Relax your forehead. Relax your left eye. And relax your right eye. Relax your cheek muscles, letting everything go. Just breathe in, hold it, and let it out. Now relax your mouth, following into your neck, the tops of your shoulders, letting all that stress and tension go. Relaxing your arms, relaxing your hands, even relaxing your fingers and your tips of your fingers, letting all stress and tension go. Take a deep breath in, hold it, and let it out. And with each breath you take in, relaxing even more as you blow it out. Relax your chest. Relax your stomach. Relax your hips. Doing absolutely wonderful. Relax your butt, your left cheek, and your right cheek. And relax your right leg. Relax your right foot. All the way down to your toes. Relax your left leg and your left foot. All the way down to your toes. Deep breath in. Hold it and let it out. Now imagine yourself swinging in a hammock between two palm trees on a beautiful beach with white colored sand and soft, gentle seas. Can you smell the air? That wonderful salt sea breeze. And as you just lay there in the hammock, you're going deeper and deeper into relaxation, enjoying this part of peace and quiet, part that you deserve every day. You're doing so well. Deep breath in, hold it, and let it out. Imagine those gentle waves rolling in on the beach. And with each sound you hear, going even deeper and deeper. It's so wonderful. It's so calm and warm. It's the perfect day with the perfect amount of sunshine and clouds. Not a care in the world. Just relaxing all the way. You're loving this moment. This moment to be able to relax and be calm. No stress, no worries. Nobody bothering you. Just you in nature, in the peace. As the gentle winds blow, you continue to smell that wonderful air, taking you even deeper and deeper and deeper. Deep breath in, hold it, and let it out. Memorize this beautiful place so you can come back to it. Return anytime you wish. It's all through your power of visualization, over and over. You love being here. It is just the most peaceful, the most relaxing place on earth. Deep breath in, hold it, and let it out. As you reach the deepest level of relaxation, I want you to imagine a door in your mind, a door leading to a wonderful place, a place where those important changes in your life are already beginning to take place. Notice how the door is closed, but in a moment, I want you to open the door, walk into a beautiful room, a very special room that is yours and yours alone. So when you're ready, in your mind, walk over to the door and push it open. Push, push, push with your mind, and the door opens easily for you. And you walk through into the most beautiful room there is. Closing the door gently behind you, you look around. You see the furniture in your room, the colors, the wonderful chair that looks so inviting and so comfortable. You see a computer. You walk over to it and you sit on the chair. Now you know the brain is the
Mental clarity is one of the most valuable tools we can develop in life. It allows us to think more effectively, make better decisions, and direct our energy toward the things that truly deserve our attention. Yet achieving clarity is often difficult when our minds are occupied by past experiences, unresolved conflicts, disappointments, or regrets. Many people find themselves replaying old situations repeatedly. They revisit conversations they wish had gone differently. They analyze decisions they wish they had made. They imagine alternate outcomes and wonder what might have happened if circumstances had been different. While reflection can be useful, there is a point where reflection becomes rumination, and rumination keeps us trapped in a cycle that prevents growth and forward movement. The past serves an important purpose. It teaches lessons. It provides experiences that shape our understanding and wisdom. It offers insight into our strengths, weaknesses, values, and priorities. However, the purpose of the past is to educate us, not imprison us. Mental clarity begins when we recognize that although we cannot change yesterday, we can influence today. We can decide how we respond to our circumstances. We can choose what thoughts deserve our attention. We can determine where our energy will be invested and what goals we will pursue moving forward. One of the greatest obstacles to clarity is emotional attachment to events that are already over. When we continue fighting old battles in our minds, we often lose sight of opportunities that exist in the present. Our attention becomes divided between where we are and where we wish we had been. As a result, we may overlook valuable opportunities for growth, connection, healing, and progress. Consider how much energy is required to continually revisit the same painful memories or frustrating situations. Every moment spent dwelling on something that cannot be changed is a moment that cannot be fully invested in something that can be improved. This does not mean ignoring emotions or pretending difficult experiences never happened. It simply means recognizing when a situation has taught us everything it can teach and allowing ourselves permission to move forward. Mental clarity grows when we begin asking different questions. Instead of asking, "Why did this happen to me?" we might ask, "What can I learn from this experience?" Instead of asking, "What should have happened?" we might ask, "What can I do now?" Instead of focusing on what was lost, we can focus on what remains available. Instead of concentrating on problems that cannot be solved, we can identify solutions that can be implemented today. These small shifts in perspective create significant changes in our thinking. They redirect attention away from frustration and toward possibility. A clear mind understands the difference between what is within our control and what is outside our control. This distinction is essential. Much of our stress comes from attempting to control people, situations, or outcomes that are beyond our influence. Mental clarity develops when we focus our efforts on the areas where our actions can make a meaningful difference. Our thoughts influence our decisions, and our decisions influence the direction of our lives. Therefore, maintaining clarity is not simply about feeling better, it is about functioning more effectively. When our minds are clear, we communicate more thoughtfully. We solve problems more efficiently. We respond rather than react. We become better equipped to handle challenges and seize opportunities. Clarity also helps us identify what truly matters. In the midst of stress, conflict, or uncertainty, it is easy to become distracted by issues that are ultimately less important than they appear. We may become consumed by temporary frustrations while neglecting long-term priorities. We may focus on proving a point rather than preserving a relationship. We may invest energy in winning an argument rather than achieving a meaningful outcome. A useful question to ask during difficult moments is, what matters most right now? This simple question has the power to cut through confusion and redirect attention toward what is truly important. Perhaps what matters most is maintaining your integrity. Perhaps it is protecting your peace of mind. Perhaps it is strengthening relationships with people you care about. Perhaps it is making progress toward a personal goal. Perhaps it is focusing on growth rather than blame. Whatever the answer may be, identifying your highest priorities creates a foundation for clearer thinking and more intentional decision making. Mental clarity is also strengthened by accepting that uncertainty is a natural part of life. Many people delay moving forward because they are waiting for perfect certainty, complete understanding, or ideal conditions. Yet clarity does not require having every answer. It requires having enough understanding to take the next constructive step. Progress is often made one decision at a time. One choice to let go of an old grievance. One decision to focus on a solution rather than a problem. One commitment to invest energy where it can create positive change. One step forward despite uncertainty. Over time, these choices accumulate and create meaningful transformation. As you continue moving forward, remember that your attention is one of your most valuable resources. Where you direct your attention influences your emotions, your perspective, your decisions, and ultimately, your future. When attention remains fixed on the past, progress becomes difficult. When attention is directed toward purpose, values, and meaningful action, growth becomes possible. The past may always be part of your story, but it does not have to determine the next chapter. You are not limited by previous mistakes, disappointments, or setbacks. Every day provides an opportunity to apply what you have learned and make choices that align with the future you wish to create. Mental clarity is not achieved by endlessly analyzing yesterday. It is achieved by learning from the past, focusing on the present, and taking purposeful steps toward what matters most. Allow your experiences to guide you, not define you. Let your priorities direct your attention. Focus your energy where it can make a difference. And remember that clarity often arrives when we stop looking backward for answers and start looking forward with intention. The path ahead may not always be perfectly visible, but each step taken with purpose creates greater understanding, greater confidence, and greater clarity. By choosing to move beyond the past and focus on what truly matters, you create the opportunity for a more meaningful, productive, and fulfilling future. And as you continue listening to these words, you may begin to notice something changing within your awareness. Not because you are forcing anything, not because you are trying, but simply because your mind is naturally beginning to organize itself around what is truly important. You may become aware of how much mental energy has been invested in things that no longer require your attention. Old concerns, old frustrations, old disappointments. And without effort, you can begin allowing those thoughts to move into the background where they belong. Not erased, not forgotten, simply becoming less important, less demanding, less influential. And as they become less influential, something remarkable begins to happen. Your mind creates space. Space for clarity, space for understanding, space for confidence, space for possibility. Because clarity is not something you need to create. clarity is what remains when unnecessary mental clutter begins to fade away. Just as a window becomes clear when the fog lifts, just as a lake becomes transparent when the surface settles, your mind naturally becomes clearer when old distractions lose their hold. And perhaps you can imagine what it feels like to wake up each day with a stronger sense of purpose, knowing what deserves your attention, knowing what deserves your energy, knowing what deserves your focus, and allowing everything else to simply pass by. Because your unconscious mind is already learning this skill, the ability to separate what matters from what does not, the ability to distinguish between problems that require action and thoughts that can simply be released, the ability to focus on solutions instead of obstacles, possibilities instead of limitations, progress instead of perfection. And with every passing moment, these abilities can grow stronger. You may find yourself naturally thinking more clearly, making decisions more easily, feeling less overwhelmed by distractions, responding with greater patience and wisdom, and trusting yourself more than ever before. Because deep within you is a wise and capable part of your mind that already knows what matters most. A part of you that understands your values, your priorities, your goals, your purpose. And that part of you can become stronger now, more accessible now, more influential now, allowing you to move through life with increasing confidence and certainty. And every time you choose to focus on what truly matters, your mind becomes clearer. Every time you release an unnecessary worry, your perspective expands. Every time you redirect your attention toward meaningful action, your confidence grows. And these changes can continue, continuing tomorrow, continuing next week, continuing throughout the months ahead, helping you naturally think with greater clarity, act with greater purpose, and live with greater peace of mind. Because the past can inform you without controlling you. The future can inspire you without overwhelming you. And the present moment is where your greatest power exists. So from this day forward, allow yourself to focus on what matters most. Allow yourself to think clearly. Allow yourself to move forward. And allow yourself to discover that mental clarity becomes easier and more natural every single day. Because you are no longer defined by what happened before. You are guided by what matters now. And every step forward brings greater clarity, greater confidence, and a deeper sense of purpose.